Hello everyone, welcome back to Skulls and Flowers. Today I wanted to show you what I did. I wanted to have like an intro video for whenever I post something that has my name of my page on it. And I went to Adobe Fresco to see if I can figure something out. Something that I noticed was that they have motion animation. I didn't know exactly how to do it, but of course I went to YouTube to look up a video of someone who can teach me how to do it. I'm gonna link the video that I saw on this video, so if you wanna go see the person that explains it, you guys can see it. But I started out just trying out the brushes, seeing what I want. My intentions here was that I wanted colors to come from all sides and merge into the middle, into the image I wanted to do. I was a little intimidated by the animation thing first, but then I got comfortable with it, and I liked the video that I saw, did everything step by step, so it made it really easy. And then once I figured it out, I just got a little more comfortable with it and I started drawing. Since my channel is called Skulls and Flowers, I wanted to put a skull with flowers on the head. And the skull, I didn't want it to be realistic. I wanted to do the cartoony skulls that I like doing. And I started with the outline the way I like to do it. And then I realized, well, how am I going to do the animation? And at first it looks like I don't know what I'm doing. But actually I started picking it up quicker and quicker as I went. And once I finished the skull and I got it just like I wanted, I added the details of the flowers. The flowers were the hardest thing because they were so small compared to the skull. I didn't know how I was going to be able to draw them or lay them out. And then I had actually planned to color them in, with each one having its own different color and the skull having a different color. And once I did all of that, it was intimidating, but I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow the instructions, see what happens. And once you see how I started going, it's almost like once you start making mistakes and then editing and correcting yourself, you get more comfortable, because making mistakes is what actually helps you move forward. So this is where I couldn't figure out how to put the flowers on top of the skull without the skull being on top of them. And little by little, I was erasing and adding until I got it just right. And all of these flowers, I had to put them on different layers. And because I was putting them in the animation, I also had to set them in different clips. So every little section of the flowers was in a different clip, so it can appear like that. And then every flower individually was in a different layer, so that I can get them all by themselves. And something I noticed with Adobe Fresco, if you are drawing something with a lot of details, it's always better to put them on different layers. That way, if you make a mistake, it's only on that layer and not on everything. So, like I said, I'm learning. Like, if you watched a couple videos back, I was telling you that I don't know how to work it. I don't know what I'm doing. But for this video, I felt like I was a lot more confident, and I was able to try something new. And I really like how it came out. This is when I started with the with the leaves. I forgot how to call leaves. And I colored in the leaves first, because I said if I mess them up, those are the smallest things in the whole drawing. So if I mess it up, who cares? I could erase it. And then once I noticed that I did the leaves correctly, I went into the roses. And with the roses, I decided to do 3 shades of colors. So there's like the color that's the whole rose, and then the shadows and the light. You can't really see it, but when you move up close, you can see that there's shading and all of that. And then there was 2 roses, and they were set on different layers, and I had to do each one and do the animation, because I wanted each section to do the animation. The only thing, I don't know why the skull kept appearing and disappearing at the bottom, because I put it I hid it, but as long as it didn't cross over the flowers, I was happy with it, because that's what I didn't want. And then you can see me here finishing the roses, and then I move into these flowers. These flowers, I don't know what they're called, but these are actually originally red, but because the roses were gonna be like right next to them, I didn't want it to be like red on red, so I changed them to like this, almost like a golden yellow. And I really like how they came out, especially because it looks like they're leaning over to the side. And I think the toughest flower was gonna be this one. I think it's a daisy. I don't know. And the middle is yellow and the petals are white. And I was having issues because I thought the white was gonna look too much like the white in the back. Like you can see here, it's white on white, but it's actually like a little pearl type of white. And then once I did it and finished it, there was enough contrast between the back and the front. And then with all the flowers added, it looked like an actual finished product, and it all looked fine. So I was like, okay, that's okay, let's keep going. And then I wanted the skull to be my favorite color, which is like a turquoise or like a teal. And I had to do it like this. I didn't put any animation on this because there was no point. I just did the whole skull, and then the flowers was going to be on top. I just added some light shadows just to give it some kind of definition, some kind of texture, and some lighting on it, but that's it. And then I went, okay, now I have to see if when everything comes together, it's going to look the way I want it to look. And actually, it did came out the way I wanted to look. And the last thing I wanted to add was my name at the bottom. And, you know, you always see the Lorem Iputum. I don't know if that's a curse word or if it's in another language. But it took me a while because I couldn't get the font I wanted. And then finally I got it. This is how it's going to look. And I'm really happy with the results. This is the overall image, so when I finished it. But then I had to save the video, and I hope you guys like it because it's going to be at the beginning of all of my videos when I start them. And here it is. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because there's a lot more artistic stuff there are on the way. Bye.